What's up? What's up? Now you know what time it is again. Of course, it's time for another movie review. And today I actually be making some recommendations with some mild movie reviews about two documentaries that I recently watched, which I think were incredible, and a TV show that I think you should watch too while quarantining. I hope everybody's okay. I hope you guys are enjoying your time off while you're quarantining. I know it's getting a little boring, but you do have entertainment and films to keep you entertained, and I will be recommending some stuff to keep you even further entertained. So the first documentary that I watched actually last night is Robert Townsend's the director. He directed films like Meteor Man, Babs with Holly Berry, etc., stuff like that. But documentary I watched was behind the scenes of the making of the Five Heartbeats. His movie came out in 1991, and I have to say, you guys, it's amazing. It is amazing. He tells the story of how he was an extra of the movie Mahogany with starring Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams. He said he met them. He had an 8 millimeter camera when he was a kid. He documented basically being an extra on the film and meeting them. And he says Smokey Robinson has stopped by. He showed footage of meeting Smokey Robinson as well. Um, but he was a big fan of Motown and the Temptations. And so he was wondering why they broke up. What's the story behind them actually breaking up as a group? As same of any story of why any group breaks up. So he said he was scared and kind of nervous to ask Diana Ross, and he actually said Barry Gordon was on the set too. He actually was scared to ask them both why they broke up, and also Smokey Robinson. So he just started to develop a movie about his theory of why they broke up. And he takes us. I mean, this is a quintessential behind the scenes making of a development of a Hollywood film. It's amazing, like, and he had a widespread domestic audition, from New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, and there's a lot of stars who were up and coming at the time, who were new to the business that's in the documentary, and it's just amazing. And Robert Townsend, he basically takes us through the ups and downs of the screenplay. Him and Keenan Ivory Wayans actually wrote the screenplay together. Later on, Keenan had actually dropped out for various different reasons. I'll let you watch the documentary, but it's absolutely an amazing, 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 amazing documentary. The making of the Five Heartbeats behind the scenes. I love stuff like that. I watch B-roll footage every week of films and how they're made, and also press junkets of interviews of actors, as well as producers and the director of how they made the film, how they made the film to come to life. So I enjoyed this thoroughly. I really did. I give this documentary an A. I recommend it highly. You can basically, it's through streaming. You can go online and look it up. I actually did a free trial on this streaming service called UMC, and I did the 7-day free trial to watch the documentary, and it's well worth it. I recommend checking it out. The second documentary that I actually watched 4 days ago is called Horror Noir. It's on Schrader, which is another digital platform streaming service. You can watch films. I did the 7-day free trial just to watch it too. If you don't want to continue with the services, as well as the one I watched with Five Heartbeats, you can always cancel at any time if you don't want to continue with the service. So I just did the free 7-day trial, and I tried it out, and I watched Horror Noir. Now, Horror Noir is the history of Black people in horror films and what that meant and what characters they were playing, and it's outstanding. They have all the Black actors in Hollywood, from Tony Todd to Rella Devine to Paul J. Parker, who was in Tales from the Hood, and also Black directors who directed Hollywood films like Blackula, and the history and the evolution of Black people appearing in horror films. I'm a big horror fan of films, as well as just films in general, but I'm a big horror genre fan, and it was incredible. It really is. It's a great, great documentary from movies of the 1920s, where it was basically like a silent film, to Jordan Peele, where horror is right now, with 2020's release of the sequel to Candyman. It's a great, great documentary. I give it an A. I recommend it. You can get that on, again, Schrader digital platforms. You can do a 7-day trial and watch the film. And you can also cancel it anytime if you don't want to continue with the actual service. Now, here's a recommendation. I don't actually talk about TV shows. I like to talk about films that are released in the cinema, but I have to recommend this TV show. I watched it yesterday. I watched about 3 episodes in. It's produced by Ryan Murphy. Also, a few episodes were directed by Ryan Murphy. If you're not familiar with Ryan Murphy, he created TV shows like American Horror Story, Pose, and also Glee, and also the short-lived one season of The New Normal. And it's Hollywood. Now, this series is so good. It's based in the 1940s. It's a period film. Everybody's in period attire. Empire, talks in a period way, period cars, and everything about the inner workings of the way Hollywood works in the sexual crude way. It's well acted, it's well casted, the music is on point, the period, the clothes, everything is great. I recommend watching this. It's actually streamed through Netflix, so I do recommend watching this. It's a really, really good depiction of Hollywood and how people actually made it. The stuff you don't see behind the scenes. Some stuff is actually fabricated and made up, and some are actually really true too. As far as stars, how they made stars, what they saw, agencies, how they would proposition people to have sex for parts, to get in good with other people, to connect them to different parts, to different other people as they get on projects. Just the inner workings of how Hollywood really worked and what they considered a star. It's a really good breakdown, really good behind the scenes, behind the curtain look, so to speak, of the way they did Hollywood back in the 1940s, back in the day. So those are three reviews and three recommendations I would recommend watching while quarantined, and they'll keep you thoroughly entertained and consumed during your time. Again, I hope everybody's okay with the quarantine. I know it's getting boring. I know I'm getting over it. I'm ready to go back to life. I'm ready for life to go back to the way it was. So I will be uploading once again, once a week, movie reviews. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my page.